So I often get asked how to invest in the precious metals, and that really is an important question to have answered because you can do it very basically and regularly, consistently. I have many clients that will buy a little bit every month, and that gives you a good cost average approach. You can also stay very basic in the product and buy the same thing over time. Gold is the true money metal, it's the true hedge, but occasionally the white metals are a great value, such as silver and platinum. But what we pioneered and practice and have for decades as an industry leader in this regard is the compounding out strategy. So we can be dynamic, we can add to the value of your portfolio over time without you always adding more money into the account. So what we're talking about here is the gold to silver ratio. So what is the gold to silver ratio? And the ratio can be between any two metals. All you do is you take the price of one metal and divide by the price of another metal, a sister metal, if you will. So the gold to silver ratio is taken by the gold spot price divided by the silver spot price. So for the sake of this example, we're going to use a ratio of 100 to 1. And we'll round the numbers to where an ounce of gold is $2,000 and an ounce of silver is $20. So 1 ounce of gold at $2,000 would equate to 100 ounces of silver, like this silver bar. So instead of buying gold at 100 to 1, we're going to start with buying silver at 100 to 1. Now, when that ratio comes down to 50 to 1, we're going to convert that silver into gold. Now, again, this is an example, not the exact numbers, but for the sake of the exercise, what happens in that instance is you convert your silver into 2 ounces of gold. And those 2 ounces of gold, you just doubled the number of ounces that you could have had you started with gold on that initial trade. Now, again, when that ratio widens back out to 100 to 1 for the sake of the exercise, what's going to happen is you now will end up with 200 ounces of silver instead of the original 100 ounces. So you had a doubling of your ounces in that exercise, okay? Now, this is real, and it works great in storage accounts. It works great in IRAs. And what happens now over time, these are slow turning ships, so you've got to give it 5, maybe even 10 years. But if this is a long-term hold for you, this compounding effect has exponential growth effect. So now when the ratio comes back down to 50 to 1, we're going to come out of 200 ounces of silver, and we're going to come into 4 ounces of gold. So instead of initially having 1 ounce of gold that sat in the closet collecting dust, you now, in dynamic fashion, have 4 ounces of gold for the initial investment. That's just one ratio. There are other ratios. But again, we would love to assist you in this regard, and look for my other video on premium swapping. It's another advantage that we have from a compounding out standpoint.